What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I've been chilling here in the garage for the last, I don't know how long. I've tried debating on what I was trying to do today, and this weather has got me feeling kind of lazy. If you guys have seen the last video, we painted the engine bay of the CRX. I'll show you guys that in just a second. But I painted the car because the following week, this week, it's going to be raining all week, and it's been raining for the last like 2 days. But I'm glad we got the engine bay painted, because now that is out of the way, we can work on other things while it is raining. I mean, I got the car parked this way for a reason, in case it rains. We can still do whatever it is that we need to do with this car. Today, I wanted to work on the engine, the B16 engine right here. And there's really not much to do to this. All I want to do is strip the accessories off of it. I want to clean the engine. I want to pressure wash it. I kind of already did it when I did the engine bay pressure washing video. You can tell the cylinder head has been cleaned off. A little bit of the transmission has been cleaned off, but not fully. I want to fully clean the engine up, and I haven't even looked in a differential hole to see if it's like an LSD transmission or something. I don't know if it's a B16 trans or if it's an LS trans. I think the sticker on it says S1, and I think S1 is B16 or LS, or is it the YS1, or is it the, I haven't touched a cable transmission in a long time, so I don't remember the codes for the B16 or LS. But I wanted to, I don't know, try to figure out what that transmission is. I do notice that all of the bolts underneath the flywheel cover, everything is all original under there. Like, it looks like it hasn't been separated, or if they did, they put all of the bolts, everything back in to make it look as OEM as possible. I just want to strip it down with all of its parts and clean it up. Maybe buy all the maintenance parts as well to switch it all out. But we'll go from there once we dig deeper into the engine. I do have a little headache, and I do have a runny nose. My eyes feel a little heavy as well too, but we're out here in the garage just trying to put in some work, because I can't sit in my room all day, guys. I just can't. I had to fix my dolly because it broke right here. I don't know when it broke, but it was bowing. So I put another 2x4 under there, put a whole bunch of wood screws in it, and it is holding up. I didn't really think about how far it would scoot this way, but the caster, one of the wheels, is kind of hitting right there. Not a big deal. So I was looking at the the custom modifications they did back in the days, 95, 96, somewhere around there, on how to get the B-swap into a USDM chassis. Now, this is a stock transmission lower bracket. This is a stock upper transmission bracket. I don't know if this is a DA version or this is the EF, but to make it work, they made a mid plate where this has the bolt pattern to bolt to the bottom plate, and it has the right offset for the motor mount to sit on the transmission tab on the frame rail in the right spot, really close to the starter. You can see that, and I'm looking at it. This thing must have been a nightmare to swap the starter out, because you have to remove the motor mount to get to the starter to have wiggle room to come out, but somehow they made it work. And the T-bracket, where's the T-bracket at? They made this custom T-bracket. Again, back in the days, there wasn't a lot of like information on how to B-swap your car, I guess, and they made it work by just using their resources and, you know, connecting point A to point B to point C, and made this B-swap work in the 88HF CRX. So another thing I noticed was the alternator right here doesn't even have a top bolt, and somebody mentioned it completely. It completely slipped my mind. So I painted the engine bay, right? Didn't think much of it. The B-swap came out, it worked and it ran previously. I didn't really think about like frame rail modifications and stuff like that. But nowadays, when you do bolt the alternator, have the tension with the correct belt and all that, the alternator actually hits the frame rail, which is typically right here. Guess what? I didn't modify that. I didn't remember to. But we're gonna have to, I don't know, in this case, use a much smaller belt like that one right there, or we're gonna have to go to Ham City with the hammer, which I don't want to do. Totally forgot to show you guys the engine bay. Let me prop this up. The car was painted on Friday. On Saturday, I came out here in the middle of the night and started taking off a lot of the masking from the engine bay. And I think only one spot that I probably messed up on was taking a little paint off of that right there. But you're really not going to notice it. I was a little excited, kind of just went yaga and took a little paint off. But if you guys look, this thing looks amazing. What is that? Oh, flake, probably flake from, you know, the paper and stuff. I did cut out this section right here just so I can close the hood. And man, this thing is freaking shiny. And my nose is stuffed up too, so it sounds a little funny right now. Yeah, I'm super stoked about the engine bay paint job, and it's looking amazing. Now, I didn't paint the bottom right here because all the bottom section is going to be black from the support right here down. So all this is going to be blacked out, so you don't really see it through the bumper. And I left that alone for that reason. But it's looking so crispy right now. I do feel a little bit of dirt on it from, I guess, you know, dirt from flying up inside the engine bay overnight and probably just sat on there. It does kind of come off, like I can feel it come off and become a little smoother, but you can definitely feel the grittiness of it, but not a big deal. I do want to separate the transmission to kind of figure out what clutch is in here and if we need to upgrade it. Non-LSD, there's a bar in there right there. So I don't know if this is a B16 trans or not. I don't know if it's been separated before, but we're gonna find out. Oh boy, when did this happen? This is one downfall of trying to pull the engine out from underneath the car, because sometimes this can sit on top of the subframe and kablam, it breaks just like that. That's unfortunate. Man, my headache hurts so bad that it's affected my eyes, but still gonna put in this work. This is a corn dog stick. There is a ton of leaves back here. Goddamn, boy. Goddamn. Fan switch. Take it off the bracket there and slide it out. Forgot the resistor was still on here. This thing is not going to fit through that hole. Mostly unmodified harness and resistor box. This is one hell of a bracket. Kind of curious to see how it looks underneath. That is too legit. That is way too legit. Lucky for me, I still got propane, so I can stay warm during this weather. I figured I'm gonna remove the header as well too to make cleaning a little easier. I was just gonna leave it on, but it'll also give me some space to get the bolts underneath there for the flywheel cover. But you guys can see I cleaned it a little bit when I was pressure washing the engine bay, and it's a lot cleaner than how it came to me. I'm hoping that all of this comes off just as easy as it did on the cylinder head. And that is a massive oil leak from the seal right there. We're gonna change that out too. This thing has a really thick copper gasket. I've never used or seen one of these before, although I do know they exist. This is nice. It's a little bent, but usable. PR3 B16 bracket. God damn, boy. On 2 battery. Yeah, looks pretty stock clutch setup. Now I did just take off all of the bolts underneath here. They're just chilling right here. Probably gonna put all that back, but it's gonna be much easier when it's in the car. But they're all taken off. Hopefully transmission comes off with these. You can kind of already see it separating. That is all stock. Nothing fancy down here. Forgot to take off the intermediate shaft, but it wasn't a struggle, so I'm not too worried about it. Found a can of O'Reilly's engine degreaser on my shelf. This thing right here stenches really hard, and I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, just douse the areas that I'm going to be cleaning on the engine, the block, transmissions over there. And I need to plug up all those holes so that way water doesn't get inside. But when I sprayed that with the pressure washer, that was literally no degreaser, no nothing whatsoever. So I'm hoping that all of this grime just comes off super easy, because that did super easy without the help of these guys. Let's get to it. Oh no. God damn. The B16 and the transmission cleaned up really nicely. Like, it wasn't a lot of effort to get all those grimes off. It literally just slid off, you know what I mean? And that's good. Now, there are some areas that are more thicker and they wouldn't come off as easy, but you know, I normally scrub. Thank you. I normally scrub, but today I didn't scrub it with my toothbrush or anything like that. But for the most part, most of the grime is off the engine and trans. Now this probably gonna get a little scrubbing more just to make it a little more cleaner, you know, like to complement the engine bay, because the engine bay has been fully redone. But for now, I just wanted to at least get most of the grimes off of this today, because like I said, I needed to do something today instead of sitting inside the room the rest of my day. Such a bad idea to play with water in the rain in this super cold weather. Man, my head is really spinning right now. But we're making some progress. I didn't get to go to the store to get like the maintenance stuff, whatever seal that needs to be changed out, water pump, timing belt. I didn't grab any of those, guys. I don't think I'm gonna do much more for this video, guys. I was looking at the suspension here a minute ago and just trying to figure out all the stuff that I'm gonna need to buy. I was looking at it this morning, but I wanted to come out here to make sure the stuff that I'm gonna buy is what I'm gonna need, and if I need it more, I'll make the purchase then. I have an idea now of what I need, and I'm probably gonna order that later tonight or some. Today is Sunday, and we were supposed to go to track. I mentioned in the last video that we were trying to go to the track on the 24th, but Sacramento got rained out, so it got postponed to February 28th or something like that. So another month to wait for the track event to come up. They did have test and tune yesterday, but I woke up super late, and by the time we packed up and left, we would probably only have like maybe 2 hours of test and tune. So we didn't go yesterday for test and tune. I'm gonna look at the schedule to figure out if there are other test and tunes between now to February 28th, and we might just hit one then. But for the time being, we're just back here in the garage trying to knock out a lot of the stuff with this car. And the engine stuff, I'm not in a hurry to, you know, like get it ready to go back into the car, because there are still other things I need to do in the engine bay before we plant the engine back in anyways. Subframe paint for one, all the suspension stuff can go after, but obviously the subframe has to go in before the engine to kind of ease everything up. And the wire tuck, I definitely am going to do the wire tuck in the engine bay, and not jam pack the engine bay with all of the old looms, overspray looms and stuff like that. And I still need to go buy some material to do all that work. But as far as this video goes, it's just cleaning the engine, long block, and transmission a little bit. It's not much, but I hope you guys enjoyed it a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to be out here wrenching tomorrow, granted of how I'm feeling, plus the weather and all that. I might go through some old folders and like share some footages that you guys probably had never seen before. I was on my computer hard drive, my external hard drive, going through some old footages and stuff that I don't think I've ever shared, and I kind of just want to throw them out there. It's like a rainy day videos for me, you know, to put out for you guys for days I need to take a break or whatever the case may be. But if we don't carry on with the CRX in the next video after this, I hope you guys enjoy at least the older footages. And I am going to wrap up the video right here, guys. I'm going to clean up. I need to grab something to eat. It's already past my last eating time, and I need to rest up so I could feel better. But if you guys enjoyed this video a little bit, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you guys want to see what kind of old footages I'm going to dig up for you guys, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.